Hey everyone, Lensmanoz here and welcome back to Manufactio. So I've started replacing a lot of my ducting and power with the ducts that we set up last episode. You can see I've got a little bit of the flux duct stuff here. Most of my work, however, has been doing the impulse item ducts. So you can see things are moving a lot quicker down those lines, which is fantastic. What I have done though, in most places is, like you can see I've replaced all the conveyor here, but I haven't replaced this first piece because that in itself is going to be a pain. Ooh, that copper's still not running. Yeah, I can probably turn that back on now. I've done some work in playing around with the amount of stuff that's being stored, and I'll show you that in just a second. But you can see here most of the impulse ducts, as I said, I haven't bothered with changing the servos or the filters or any of that. I've been fairly lazy. I've just been replacing them by bulk of the pipe work. And eventually I'll get around to doing all these bits, but figured it's not as critical for the speed here as it is for the rest of the line. So as much as it looks a little bit tacky, yeah, that's how we're going to run it. In here we've got all the ducting done. You can see it's all piped up and things seem to run a little bit smoother. I've replaced as much of the wiring in this area especially because I used to jump and hit the cables all the time with leadstone, and as well as along here. Whoop, just trying to remove lag entities, but obviously anything we've got running through pipes is going to cause lag, but I was hoping not as much as this conglomeration up here, which is still having some trouble getting cleared out. I do have one of my mines running, but it has gold, so I needed a little bit more gold because we're going to be using gold from now on, especially once we start making these Hellforge parts that I discussed last episode. I shouldn't zap myself as much. This cable here is only LV, so, but I'm looking at replacing some of these as well, which I've kind of been a little bit cheeky. You can see it here. I've connected LV here, and I probably could have just done cable to there actually instead of coming back across here, but that stopped me having to run. There wasn't, if you remember, there was an LV cable that came around from this side onto like a storage drawer that was here and then around to this one. So I'm trying to minimize a lot of the cabling at head height. Not there yet. There is still some areas like this area in here where there's cables at head height, and I do need to clean all that up yet. But it'll get there. It's a work in progress, and eventually I'll get it all cleaned up. Right, so with all the new pipe work and stuff, I may as well put these in here because it seems to get dragged out of here quicker than anything else. With all the new bits and pieces, we are burning through a lot of the glowstone I had, and I don't have a lot left. I haven't done another Nether run because that place scares me, but I do need to set up a few items to enable us to make the Hellforge parts. That's the only thing I've unlocked in between was the Hellforge itself, which if you remember was, I'll find it eventually, here, 175 of each research. So the Hellforge is this guy here, if you remember. It straps around a nether portal. Now, I don't know if it's going to require us to put the obsidian that side, but we'll see that soon once we try and build it. So as you can see here, it requires a machine controller, tiny in, tiny out, and a small energy input hatch. It requires 12 obsidian, maybe, and 9 reinforced structural components. Now, I'm considering just building another nether portal, but I mean I've already got one I don't know if this one will be usable by me. I don't know if that's how it works, so probably wouldn't hurt. I know I've got obsidian around and I've got to remember where I put it all. Because I did mine down that a big chunk of the stack over there. So it's probably inside the base here, otherwise I'll, no, there it is. So I knew I had some around somewhere. Jesus, a lot of junk. Ooh, I'm going to need that, I think. I'm going to need a couple of these. Steel gears, we might be able to... Pretty sure we're going to need steel gears for these reinforced structural components. So reinforced. Yep. So I'm going to need 9 of these, but they make it in 4s. So I'm going to need at least 3 crafts of this. So I'm going to need 3 steel gears. Which... steel plates, or I'll just make it like normal. I wonder if I've got any steel in here. Yeah, there's a bit. I've probably got other steel around too, but you know how it is. All right. So let's get, as a start, the 3 steel gears. So I want it's steel in here. Cool. Yeah, so that's the other 2 steel gears we need. There's them. We're also going to require obsidian steel plate. Now I thought I'd come up with a little setup to craft this, because I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to need in the future. I think, mind you, I built a couple of the presses, but I don't think I'm going to need heaps. So you know what, we might just do this manually. I built 2 presses. In my inventory here I have, let's get out of that one. Inventory is a little bit buggy sometimes. There we go. Nope, no, not the bucket. The obsidian steel ingots, please. I've got this guy here. I need... that should give me 12, right? Because these are made in 2s. 2, 4... yeah, so I need 3 lots. Cybernetic parts is where we're going to start to struggle. So you can get a metal loot bags, which I don't believe I have any. We're going to need to fabricate these, which is going to require gold wire, plastic sheets, and redstone. So we need to make a fabricator controller, which is going to require some hardened glass, which I can make in the alloy kiln. It's going to require some elite circuits, which is going to require another advanced assembler, which I have set up over the back there. And it's also going to require the lag to go away, would be nice. This fabricator housing, which again needs bits. Electric engines is fine, steel plates is fine. We'll get these elite control circuits being crafted, and then carbon mechanical parts. I need carbon plates, which comes from carbon fiber. Oh my gosh. Did I unlock carbon fiber? I must have. I'm going to need another chemical laboratory. And I'm going to need to make carbon fiber. This is pretty full on. I don't know of any other way of making this. So we still need the carbon mechanical parts. I might just have a look through my chests and see if I have any of these. Because if I just need the one, although I don't know whether this controller thing requires a big unit, because I don't know enough about the tech guns, the tech guns mod to know exactly what I need here. So I'll look for mechanical parts, carbon mechanical parts. Otherwise, I'm going to need to make another chemical lab. So I'll be back in a moment once I've checked for that. Otherwise, I'll make this guy. So be right back. So I thought I'd duck back into the Nether now that I'm a little bit more prepared with ammo and stuff. But the guys here apparently drop cybernetic parts, because when I came back in, there was one of these guys down here. A bit hard to see him. He's a robot of some sort. There's a guy over here, and I took him out, and he dropped some cybernetic parts and this nether blaster thing. Ghast here as well, which is odd. I'm not game to shoot a pigman, but this guy. Is another one over there? No, it's just the fire thing. So I want to take this guy out. See what he drops. Hopefully we can get down there. Without too much difficulty. Without capturing myself too much up here. What did you... Oh, you dropped one as well. I don't know if that's meant to drop that often. He didn't drop any cybernetic parts. So I must have been really lucky on that first guy. Or did he just drop that? I don't know now. It must have just been the cybernetic parts he dropped. But I got 4 of them. I came here because I realised I needed blaze rods, and I wasn't sure if blazes actually spawned. I know my nether spawn isn't fantastic. But I thought I'd come and have a bit of a look. I know it scared the backside off me the first time I was here. Uh-oh. At least they kind of give themselves away. Ooh. Or whatever it is they're shooting with. This thing. Wouldn't mind trying it out. I haven't fired it yet. Oh, look at that. May not even need to make these straight away. A loot bag. We're up to 7. Maybe it wasn't such a random drop. I think that needs a reload. I don't have a lot of ammo on me for this gun either. And I don't know what these nether charges, because it says it runs on nether charge. This thing. Chemical lab, lava, netherrack, soul scent. That's actually not that bad. I could make that. I don't know if it's actually unlocked, but it must be if I've got the thing showing up there. So, take a bit of a look around. I didn't explore, as I said, I kind of got scared in here the first time I was in because it was loud, and I didn't explore too much in the nether. And I didn't think I needed to explore too much in the nether, but if these guys aren't too bad, then maybe it's not a terrible place to be. I always forget whether I have vein miner or not. I don't in this pack. Ooh, that's it. I'm out. I have no blocks on my hot bar to be able to put stuff straight back down. Let's change that. That's alright, they can just be there. But yeah, so here in the nether, again, jeez, someone's shooting at me. Where's he? There he is. Whoa. Do they? Uh-oh. They seem to spawn a bit. Where is this other one shooting at me from? There. Glad they're a bad shot. Oh, that one got me. Here I am saying glad they're a bad shot. Oh, and he hits me. Oh, that got him. Uh-oh. I don't know where he is, but I'm not healing at the moment for some reason. Maybe he's up here. There's another guy there. Just use the sniper. It's a better option. Some more parts. I think these guys are just seeing me through walls, which is generally how the mod thing works in this pack. I need 2 more. Have I run out of food? No, I haven't run out of food. Eat something. I'm not hungry, that's the problem. So, oh. Is that him there? It's just a pool of lava. So I kind of need to... Oh, we're over here. There is a guy here. Are these the ghasts? Ow. Ow. I need to get a hit on him. Not fun. Come on. It spawn. Don't think... Oh, I can shoot him through that. Awesome. Oh, I've got the 12 parts. Pretty sure that's all I needed. So that's a bonus for us. I'm going to get out of here. There was another one over there. I'm going to get out of here because, yeah, I'm going to end up dead. And I'm a scaredy cat. Can I get out, please? Thank you. Wait for the base to load back in. I like it here where I've got my friendly rifles surrounding me. So obviously we are making that... We don't need to make the cybernetic parts now, do we? So we want to make the Hellforge. So that's the reinforced structural component. We have enough now to make this. Is awesome. So this is just a regular craft, and I will have to set up a thing to make these because I'm sure they'll come in handy at some point. Need to take out another cherry tree, I think, to get some more food. Or maybe I've got enough wheat. Come on, base, load in. That's it. Load in, my friends. Well, that's one way of avoiding the inevitable. Again, I will need to craft those items at some point. I want to make this. The steel gears. And I haven't gotten those plates out of there. There we go. Yay, 12 of these guys. So I should have everything I need now. Let's check through our loot bags. A red research. You know. Better than a kick in the pants, I guess. Where was I going? Need some more. Need to reload my gun. I think I put a red research in here. I did. Got another loot bag of something. I'll just, you know, let's just claim that on something that requires red. Here you go. Have the 2 red research. Thanks. Alright. And I had another bag here. Where was that? An uncommon. LVY relay, some heavy cloth, LV coil, and a bag, and a green research. Here, look, you can have a green research. Right. Well, let's look in the other bag. Oh my gosh, it's a never-ending cycle. Silicon, copper ingots, electrotine. Oh, must be making ammunition. Wonder what the noise was. Silicon. You can actually go in here. Oh, something's missing. All that tin is gone. Electrotine, I think, comes from the... Does it come from the soil that I processed through this guy? Yep. And that's still in there. Figures. And it's interesting, I'm looking at my recording screen and it seems to be a little smoother than what I'm seeing. But anyway, I needed not that whole lot, but okay. I think I've just got to do this. Golrith did go ahead and add a crafting recipe for me to make this, so it now has a recipe for the standard assemblers, which is cool. That's decent to get straight into the magazine, so I don't even need the cartridges. Downside to this is I can't make one where I've got the empty cartridge because this is going to leave an empty magazine. So a crafting recipe that includes an empty magazine would be cool. But you know, we'll see how we go, because I mean, like this here, we could have this have mechanical parts maybe, but with an empty magazine as well for those times where you've already got all the magazines. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to manually craft them like I just did. Grab some sniper rounds and craft them back in. That's a small price to pay. All right, let's quickly look here. We're a bit over halfway. Nope, we're probably 2/3 the way through the episode. This is what I've done to fix the tin issue. So in the pack, there is a compactor. It's from a compactor mod. Compact. It's this guy here. It's fairly cheap to make. It's a steel gear or a crafting table that you might be able to reuse it. Steel gear, some redstone, and some pistons. And it takes power, it requires power. And anything you put in here, it will, as it says, try 2x2 recipes first, and then try 3x3s. And I think I don't have recursive compacting enabled because that would compact and then compact into something else. So that would be like nuggets to ingots to blocks, if that makes sense. But I'm just any tin ingots that end up in here, because obviously we've got a silo full of tin. Any tin ingots that end up in here get compacted, and then they're extracted out this side and they run down here. And I had that second shipping container that was down here. So this now has blocks of tin in it. So there was a suggestion about using blocks of coal. Now that could be a way of fixing that. So you could compact your coal coming in for use in your generators and your furnaces, etc. I think, let's say coal. Where is it? It's not regular coal. So uses, no, not coal. Uses for coal. You can turn it into a block. I mean, you've got fire charges here. Obviously, it's a fuel. We use it in the chemical lab to make compressed air. It turns into coal coke. Can be used in a blast furnace, yes. Crushed back into dust. All right, so uses for block of coal is crafting it back to coal. You can use it in the coke ovens as well. You can use it in a blaster furnace. So if you want to go that route, I'm assuming that it will be able to be used in our furnaces. These little, in these, the boilers. But if you want to go that route to save yourself some space, because obviously space can be a big issue once you start dropping heaps of mines and drills down, you're going to end up with a lot of resources, like I have. So if that is a problem for you, then by all means, try out that compactor. There isn't one that goes the other way though, so that's the downside to it, is there isn't one coming back, so to speak. Alright, I think I'll leave this portal like this and make a second one for this machine. As I said, I don't know whether stuff can escape from it. We've got power here, got cables around. I kind of want it here. You know what? Let's just give it a go. Worst case, I'd build another one at another point. So let's go back to Hell. So here's a Hell Forge. We need to put 3 and then that, and then, okay. So let's dig this guy up a bit. Need to take that out. I'm going to need to get around behind it. Take some of this wall out. Again, apologies for the lag. It is probably not the best place for me to be doing anything near with that backlog of crap up there. I have tried to have the game run and, you know, hopefully it'll fix itself up, but to no avail yet. All right. So just one on the bottom, one on top. Okay, so let's grab our components. Today game, that would be nice. So we put one there, we put one here, and then the power was there. That was like that, and then one here, and then I guess controller in the middle. Yep. Or forge. And then 2 either side, and the out this side, and the in the back side. Okay. So, 1, 2. 1, 2. Out is this side, as I said. Out goes there. And we'll know if this works as if it changes color, I'm assuming. In goes this side, which means we're going to need to get pipes and ducting around to this side as well. Missing structure. Okay, so it's gonna need those 2 corners up here as well, which is fine. We can make that happen. One there. No, oh boy, really? You had to do it. Had to do it. Come on. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. All right. Did that work? No, missing structure, apparently. Oh, no, there it goes. Ah! Missing input item. Awesome. So we now have a Hellforge. So as before, Hellforge, we can get blaze rods like this. Pumping some steel rods in. Ender pearls to gas tiers. Redstone to glowstone. That's what we need, right? This is why we're here. Iron to gold is a decent one, but it's going to cost 10,000 energies. Stone bricks to nether bricks, cobble to netherrack, mushrooms to netherwort, copper to whatever, and rotten flesh to soul sand. But I mean, straight away. So I said before I needed blaze rods. This is how I can get blaze rods, even if it's just me manually crafting to start with. How close is that? Oh, power's right there. Even if it's just manual crafting to start. That's even the same height, isn't it? Oh, nailed it. Perfect. It'll join up in a second. There we go. So it now has power. So if I made some steel rods, so that's just 3 steel, or through a metal press, we could run it through a metal press, or even a lathe, which, yeah. I've got a crafting. Oh, this one's full, isn't it? Do I have 2 there? No, just the 1. Let me make a couple of these iron rods just to round out the episode, because I think we've just gone over the episode time. So let's just put this one out and go dunk, dunk, dunk. I don't know how many you want. Let's just get, I don't know, 5 for the moment. I should be able to come all the way back here. And yes, again, I do apologize for the slowness of the game. Hopefully, we'll get rid of our backlog soon. And I have been considering replacing these belts with the ducting. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's a thought. So, input. Oh, steel rod. I don't know what it takes. Oh, it's processing. 2, 3. Oh my gosh. We have blaze rods. Yay! Alright. So, Hellforge is underway. The glowstone we are going to require to make more of these impulse item blocks. And as I said, I've burnt through pretty much everything I have. So, grabbing a stack of redstone and throwing it in this system is probably going to be a good idea. Redstone's alright. Yeah, so to get some more glowstone, this is going to be the route now. I could probably, maybe once we get to the next, like the logistics pipes, we'll be able to set a craft for it. I don't want to just pump items in here because I don't think that's going to be the smartest move. Okay, so that one seems to take a little bit longer. That's all right. But yeah, I'll work something out in order to get the items I need. Even if I'm just manually crafting a couple of stacks every now and then, it's going to chew through my power, so I've got to watch that. As you saw, like 10,000 for one of them, and it's 10,000 for this too, so I'm just probably going to burn through everything I've got. Maybe only craft during the day would be a good smart move for me. And all my solar panels are running. Yeah, so lots more to do yet. Need to do a little bit more lag busting, but I'm pretty sure it's just all those entities up above me. Because once I get away from that area, I need to get a fair bit away. Things do smooth out. But even this area is busy over here. So the only other thing I had, just to quickly wrap up, one little thing that could have been done better in the last episode is that this, once I ran out of sulfuric acid, started pulling out water. So I've put a servo on here and blacklisted water so that this won't extract too much. Won't extract water instead of sulfuric acid. How are you doing? You got nothing. Probably out of fluids. So that's something that needed to be addressed, because this was the one here. I said I made another device. This was going to be for whatever it was I needed for the cybernetic parts. Whatever it was. This guy. So to make elite circuits. So I'm going to set this up to make elite circuits. It's just a standard crafting like everything else, but obviously it's going to pull sulfuric acid as well. So we're going to need to come up with a better sulfur setup. I might need to get some more oil processing running. And that being said, I don't have all the oil processing unlocked. So I've got this biofuels here, which may be able to get me into something a little bit better than what I've got. We might better use biodiesel. We don't have advanced oil processing or any of this stuff yet. So I need to open these things up, and maybe that'll help with the amount of sulfuric acid that I don't have. So thanks everyone for watching. Comments down below. I'm going to set this guy. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to set this guy up. I'm going to use the good pipes on all of it because I can. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.